we're going to talk about the NetApp certs, and we have interesting details for you. I will show you the courses that you can take with QuickStart. Let's go and start. Just a quick intro about myself. I've been teaching NetApp since 2007. I'm also AWS certified since last year, almost a year and a half now. And you can see my active certifications on screen. Okay, so, but let's go and start, and let me show you what we have here for you. We're going to talk about the NetApp current certifications, like NCTA, NCDA, NCSIE. And guys, all the certs that you can see on the screen, they have a link. We will give you access to the file that I'm showing you. And anytime you click on the link, it's going to take you to the official NetApp page. So you can see a few more details on any of the certifications. Now, if I do that, let me just go and click on one of those certs. Let's go with NCDA. Let me go and share that page here with you. If you go to any of the certs, that means if you click on any of the links that I'm showing you, it will take you to the page of the cert. You can register for that test. And the interesting part is that it gives you the recommended training and resources. Some of them are web-based, some of them are instructor-led training. That means that you can take them online with QuickStart. And most of them, they have a practice test. You can see the exam topics. There's a reference document, and then finally you can register for the test. Okay, so that's the layout. So anytime you click on any of the links that I will show you here, that I have here with me, then that's going to take you to that page, and then you can see a few more details. Now, let me show you, and let's go and start with the data track. The data track, that's the most common one, by the way, and the data track starts with the associate certification. It's called NCTA. That NCTA just came out, I might say, like a year or a year and a half ago. It's not that common nowadays. The most common one, the one that we see with many customers and many partners, it's called NCDA. That NCDA stands for NetApp Certified Data Admin. But let's go and start again with NCTA. The NCTA, that's the one that you can take with mostly web-based trainings. Now, the web-based trainings, that's something you can take anytime without paying. You can go to the NetApp's Learning Center, and you can take those trainings anytime. If you click on any of those links also, it's going to take you to the Learning Center, and you can just log in with your support site account, and then you should be able to register for any of those trainings. We recommend the one we have all the way down. You can see we have the QuickStart logo here. That means that we can teach that training. It's called BNCA, or Basic NetApp Configuration and Administration. And that's a 2-day training. And we go with basics of ONTAP 9X, by the way. And we show you details from 9.0 all the way up to 9.7. Now, if we go with the second one, the NCDA, as I said before, that's the most common cert. And that's a prerequisite for other certs that I will show you in a few moments. So we have the, if you want to pass the NCDA, the recommended training, it's the Cluster Fundamentals, web-based. The Cluster Administration, that's a 3-day course. We have the Data Protection Fundamentals. That one takes around 2 hours, also from the Learning Center. And then we have the Data Protection Administration. That's a 2-day training. And most of the times, we teach both within the same week. That means that you can take Monday through Wednesday, the Cluster Admin, and then Thursday and Friday, you can take the Data Protection Administration. So that's the basic one. Do we have certs for cloud-based? Yes, we have them. We're going to get to that in just a few moments. Yep, we're going to see the cloud certs in just a few moments. Now, so let me go back again here real quick. This is the data track. We're going to get to the cloud track in just a few moments. Okay, so NCDA, again, that's the most common one. And both of them, the Cluster Admin and the Data Protection Administration, they have been updated to ONTAP 9.6 right now. And we are expecting 9.7, the course to be updated to 9.7 in a couple of months. Now, If you want to go with another training, you can go with NCIE. So once you pass your NCDA, now you can go and you can get an NCIE. The first one that we have here, it's the NCIE SAN. So that means that you can get certified as a SAN administrator. So you can take the SAN fundamentals, the SAN administration. There's a switch configuration because they ask you about Cisco and Brocade. So you need to know some basics about SAN switches. You can take the SAN implementation that we offer. That's a 3-day course. And also you can take the NCIE SAN bundle. That's a 5-day course. And we show you most of the things that you need to know for the test. Now, this is not a certification course. We give you many tools so you can pass a test. But you might need to go and read a few more things if you want to pass that NCIE SAN. Again, if you want to pass that NCIE SAN, you need to know basics on Cisco and Brocade as well. Now, the second NCIE, it's called NCIE Data Protection. We offer the Data Protection Administration 2 days. The Metro Cluster installation, that's a 3-day course. And then we have the data protection fundamentals that it's going to be web-based. If you want to pass, or if you want to get the NCIE data protection cert, you need to pass your NCDA. Okay, so as you can see, you don't need as a prerequisite the NCTA. The NCTA, it's the associate level. If you want to go to an NCIE, you need to go and you have to pass the NCDA first. It doesn't matter if you have the NCTA, but you need to pass NCDA so you can go to NCIEs. There's another NCIE for ESeries. ESeries, it's a NetApp platform for SAN only. So if you want to pass that NCIE, there's another test. You don't need to pass NCDA. And the reason you don't have to be an NCDA, it's because NCDA, it's for ONTAP. And NCIE ESeries, it has nothing to do with ONTAP. So you can just go and take that test. We recommend that you go with the SAN implementation and also configuring, and also we have the ESeries and EF-series training. That's a 4-day training, and you should be able to pass that NCIE ESeries. Again, no prerequisites for the NCIE ESeries. If we keep going, there's another cert called NetApp Certified Storage Installation Engineer. So if you're interested on learning on how to rack and stack and you want to get certified on physical connections, you can go and you can pass the test for NCSIE. You might need to go and take the cluster installation workshop. That's offered only by NetApp, by the way. And they offer that training, I might say, maybe twice a year, because they have physical equipment. It's taught in the NetApp offices, and they show you physical components, and then you can rack and stack, and you can see many physical components like HVAs, NICs, UTA cards, the flash cache cards, the shelves. So that's only taught by NetApp. We can offer you the cluster administration. You can also take web-based, the fast installation, and the introduction to NetApp installation standards. Okay, that's NCSIE for installation. Now, once you, if you are a partner or if you work for a partner, then you might need to go and take the NetApp Certified Support Engineer. That support engineer, it's mostly for giving support. Of course, the name makes sense, right? So if you have to give support to NetApp customers, then you can take all the trainings we have here. Now, as you can see, most of them are web-based. You can see a few of them, HA, data protection, NFS, SID. So you need to know many details of many of the solutions. And the ones we can offer, so you can pass the test, it's the data protection administration. There's a training that it's only for partners. It's called ONTAP Troubleshooting. We go pretty far on that one, by the way. We see how to troubleshoot kind of deep, and that's only for partners, and that's a 3-day training. And also we have the cluster administration that, as I said before, the cluster administration has been updated to ONTAP 9.6. Now, once again, guys, don't forget that you can click on any of the links. Once you get the file, and Shane will give you the file once we finish the webinar, you can just click on any of the links and you can see way more details. And then on any course that says web-based, then you can just click and then you can register without paying for, okay? And that's once again on the NetApp Learning Center. Now, once you have the NCSE, if you want to be an ONTAP specialist, then you can take the NetApp Certified Support Engineer, but with even more details. You can go with the ONTAP troubleshooting. Again, that's for partners only. And then if you want to be the ONTAP specialist, you have to be an NCSE before, and that's the one. Let me go back real quick. That's the one I just showed you. So once you pass your NCSE, then you can be the ONTAP specialist, okay? It's pretty deep also, and kind of advanced, or I might say pretty advanced if you want to be an ONTAP specialist. This is mostly for tech support, okay? Now, let's go with the cloud track. On the cloud track, if you want to, you can also take the associate. There is no NCDA. There is no prerequisite as an NCDA to be a cloud specialist. And as you can see, NetApp offers 3 different certs. The first one is called NetApp Certified Hybrid Cloud Admin. The second one, it's Implementation Engineer. And the last one is called Cloud Architect. Let's go one by one so I can show you a few details. So if you want to get certified as a hybrid cloud administrator, you might need to go and take all the courses we have on screen. The ones we can give you and we can offer you are the storage grid administration that has been updated like 2 months ago. The hybrid cloud with NetApp Data Fabric, that's a 3-day course, and we show you how to connect from on-prem to cloud. And we show you 2 different clouds on that class. We show you how to connect from on-prem to AWS, and we show you how to connect from on-prem to Azure as well. Now, if you want to know more details about Azure, this is mostly for AWS. We have a new training that is coming next month. I will give you some details in a few moments. That it's how to use Cloud Manager on Microsoft Azure. We're going to get to that in just a few moments. But you can see, again, many web-based, like Cloud Insights. That's like an OCI for cloud, like an on-command insight for cloud. You might need to go and know a few details about OCI as well. CVO, of course, and CVS, and just some basics on the cloud data services that you can get from NetApp. Okay, any questions, anyone? Okay, let me know. You can use the chat. Or you can open the mic if you want to as well. So that's the cloud administrator. Now, if you want to be a cloud implementation engineer, you might need to go and take a few more, like fundamentals on AWS, GCP, Azure, HCI, also Cloud Insights. You might need to know a few basics about Docker as well. Now, if you see the link I have here, that's not a NetApp link, that's a Docker course. If I show you here the GCP, that's not on the NetApp's Learning Center. So some of them, the cloud content, that's something that you might need to go and investigate outside the NetApp Learning Center. Now, if you go and click on the CVO deployment for, let's say, Azure, you can see that's a link that it takes you to the NetApp Learning Center. And then once again, the one we can show you or we can offer you, it's the integrating hybrid clouds with NetApp Data Fabric, okay? So that's the second one. Now, if I go back real quick here, you can see that both of them, the cloud administrator and the implementation engineer, both are specialists. And guys, there's only one expert certification, and that's the hybrid cloud architect. That's the only expert certification that NetApp offers. Let me show you some details on the cloud architects. So you need to go and pass the 602 exam. That 602 exam, it's pretty hard, by the way. I know some guys that they tried a few times and they passed, but after a few times. So you need to know a lot of details on AWS, Google, and Microsoft. Now, once you pass the test, or you can do that before you pass the test, but you need to have an Amazon or AWS, GCP, or Azure certification. So that means that if you want to be the cloud architect, you need to pass the NetApp exam, and you need to pass also the cloud exam. Okay, so you might need to go and learn AWS, and we have offerings web-based on the QuickStart website, so you can navigate on the QuickStart website, and then you can just go and take any of the courses we have on screen. But once again, you need both certs. You need to be an AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate, and you need to pass the 602, or you can take the GCP Cloud Architect certification and the 602, or the Azure certification plus, once again, the 602. You don't need to go and pass those 3 certs. Once you pass one of those 3 that we have on screen and you pass the 602, they will give you the Cloud Architect certification, okay? Let's go with one more. Let's talk about FlexPod now. So you can see, once again, we have the NCTA. That's the associate one. No professional, no expert. They only have NetApp offers only specialist. So the first one, it's called the Cisco NetApp FlexPod Design Specialist. Recommended training, technical overview of FlexPod solutions. That's web-based. And pretty soon, guys, we're going to offer the designing the FlexPod solution. I might say it should be ready for maybe October this year. They are making a few updates on that training, and we should be ready to teach the FlexPod solution, design the FlexPod solution by October, I might say, late October this year. Okay, but you can register if you want to. You can talk to your sales reps, the QuickStart sales reps, and they should be able to register for the designing the FlexPod solution. So that's the first one. Now, the second one, the FlexPod implementation and administration, it's going through a few changes now. Right now, if you go to the NetApp website, also they show you the exact same details I have here. So you can take the, once again, the web-based technical overview of FlexPod, and they will announce, I might say by the end of September, a few more courses for the FlexPod implementation and administration. Okay, so that certification, it's going under a few changes right now, and they might announce that in a few weeks from now. So those are all the certs, and important things about the certs. Once you pass the test, then your certification is going to be good for 27 months. Okay, once you pass the test. Okay, now, when you pass a test, they give you the result right away, and you're going to see if you passed or if you failed. If you passed, then a few days after, they will give you, they will send you an email that tells you that you are certified now. And if you have, for example, once you pass your NCDA, you have 27 months, so you can renew your NCDA. But the interesting part is that if you have an NCDA, for example, and then let's say 2 weeks before it expires, you pass the NCIE SAN on top, they will recertify your NCDA. So that means that the NCDA can be good for many years. I have my NCDA, I've recertified my NCDA like 3 times now, because once it was going to expire, I passed the NCIE SAN on top. And then when it was going to expire, the NCDA again, then I took the NCIE data protection, and they gave me 2 more years of that NCDA. Okay, so if you have an NCDA and it will expire, let's say once you get to those 27 months, then you can go and you can pass any NCIE, and then they will recertify you. They will just update your NCDA. It's going to be good for 2 more years. The same thing happens for NCSE. So if you are going to, if it's going to expire, you can take the NCSE on-tap specialist, and they will give you 2 more years for the NCSE. Okay. And those are the only ones that they are going to renew if you pass any of those tests. Once you pass a cert, they will give you a badge. If you go and check social media, you might see many of those badges right now. You can get the NCTA, NCDA, and all the badges you can see here. That comes from the confirmation email once you get certified on any of the tests that I just showed you. Now, if you go to the NetApp website, if you click on any of the links that I have on the second slide of this webinar, that's going to take you to the, let's say, to the official page of the certification. On most of them, they have a practice test. Okay, so take the practice test. And of course, if you fail the practice test, that's what I tell my students every time I teach NetApp classes. If you fail the practice test, don't even try the real one. Okay, the practice test, some of them, they have like 15 questions, some of them 20, 25, some of them 10, okay, it depends. But you can see a few of them here, NCDA, NCIE, NCTA also, hybrid cloud. So NetApp has many practice tests. Most of the certs, they have a practice test. But for example, FlexPod has no practice test. But the rest of them, they should have a practice test so you can practice before you take the real test. Coming soon, training that we have that might help you pass some of the certifications. We have using the NetApp Cloud Manager in Microsoft Azure. That one should be out next month. Designing the FlexPod solution. It should be out, I might say, October, late October this year. And then there's a new one that it's coming out also in a few months. It's called NetApp HCI Administration for VMware Admins. And that one might be out by the end of the year. Okay, we don't have an official date right now. We are waiting for a few changes from NetApp University. And once we have that, you can see more details on our website. Now, let's talk about the vouchers. When you take some of the courses that we have, you might, or you're gonna get a voucher. So if you take, for example, the cluster administration, we're gonna give you one voucher. If you take the data protection administration, you get another voucher. And if you take the hybrid cloud with NetApp Data Fabric course, you get another voucher. Now, as I said before, most of the times we offer the cluster admin and data protection, both of them within the same week. That means that if you take both of them within the same week, you get 2 vouchers, okay? Now, you can use the vouchers for any test besides the FlexPod tests. Why? Because all the certs that I showed you, besides FlexPod, the price of the test is $150. And the vouchers that we give you once you take any of the trainings we have on screen are good for $150, okay? And the FlexPod exams are $300. So twice the price than the ones that I showed you before. So any test, $150, FlexPod, $300, okay? And once again, if you take any of those courses that we have on screen, you get a voucher. And you can use a voucher. It should be good for 1 year. And if you know that it's going to expire, you can register for the test. You can go to Pearson VUE. You can register for the test, and then you can reschedule the test. So you have 1 year, so you can redeem the voucher with Pearson VUE. A few more courses that we have that are not related to certifications, but they might be good for you. We have the administration of Active IQ Unified Manager. It has been recently updated like 3 months ago. Then we have NAS and Performance. That's a 5-day course, and we show you more details on SAPes and NFS, and also we go with performance. The performance one, and I missed the update here, it has been updated also. We have VMware vSphere on ONTAP. Compliance Solution Administration, that's a 1-day course, and we talk about encryption and SnapLock also for retention, and then Snap Center. Now on Snap Center, we have a few more offerings. If you want to know how to back up VMware, we have a 2-day course, let's say VMware through Snap Center. And then we have a 2-day course also for SQL Server. Okay, so if you want to know more about Snap Center, you can visit the QuickStart website, and we have a few more offerings for Snap Center. Or once again, you can just click on any of the links that I have here, and that is going to take you to the page, and then you can register and you can see the dates that we have coming. So we're almost done. Again, if you have any questions, please let me know. So if you want to see more details on the NetApp certs, you can just click on that link. If you want to go to the QuickStart website, so you can see all the offerings that we have also web-based trainings that you can take if you register with QuickStart. You can get a 7-day free trial for web-based trainings. And when you register for that 7-day free trial, you can access not only NetApp trainings, but you can access AWS, Azure, GCP, Microsoft, Cisco, so many things you can find also if you go to the QuickStart website. If you want to go to NetApp's Learning Center, you can see we have the link here. And then if you want to register, you can go to Pearson VUE. And then if you click on that link, it's going to take you to the NetApp website, Pearson VUE NetApp, let's say. So you can register for any NetApp test. And then finally, you can see my contact info. If you have any questions, please let me know. If I can give you some, let's say, suggestions for the test, don't use any of those guides that you can buy out there. NetApp knows, I don't know why, or I don't know how they can know that, but they know if you're using any of those exam dumps. So try not to use them. The exams, if you know the topics, they should be pretty easy. If you have any questions, if you want to get some suggestions or some guidelines for the test anytime, just send me an email. You can see my email on the lower part